Hey guys, my name's Andrew Herrera. I'm here to talk to you today about my case study. I chose from Chapter 4, Banks versus the NCAA, also known as the National Collegiate Athletic Association. So, some facts about this case, all right? Braxton Lee Banks, he is the main party in this case. He was a football player at the University of Notre Dame who was on a full ride scholarship. Um, he got injured his sophomore year and only played in 11 of the 12 games. Then he completed 3 years of football at the University of Notre Dame, and which made him eligible for the 1990 NFL draft. He performed pretty poorly at his workout, which resulted in him not getting drafted or picked up as a free agent after the draft. He was pretty upset about this because he felt that he had what it took to be an NFL caliber player. But under the NCAA rules, athletes are eligible to participate in 4 years of competition within 5 years, also known as you have 5 years to play for. He later, Banks returned to Notre Dame and enrolled in graduate classes in hopes of joining the team again. After he had already met with agents to represent him as an NFL player. He had already gone to multiple workouts, and per NCAA rules, joining with an agency or even committing to them orally or written is against the rules. And it's pretty much the biggest issue here in this case is him trying to get back to the University of Notre Dame and play when he had already done all of that with the agency and all the pro workouts. The district court had dismissed Banks' claim because he failed to allege that the NCAA rules had an anti-competitive impact on any identifiable market. Banks chose to appeal the judgment of the court and then request leave to amend and reinstate his complaint. So pretty much he was just trying to say that there was no reason why he wasn't able to rejoin the University of Notre Dame football team. By all means, he could have gone back to school and just gone to school, but because he had that fourth year, which he hadn't completed, he was trying to get back and play again. And he was told before, or actually after his workouts, that had he completed his 4 years at the University of Notre Dame of playing, he actually would have been picked up either as a free agent or somewhere along the lines in the draft. So because the no draft rule represents a desirable and legitimate attempt to keep university athletics from becoming professionalized to the extent that profit-making objectives, the no draft rule and other NCAA regulations preserve the bright line of between college and play for pay football. And the play for pay is pretty much just taking the amateurism out of collegiate athletics. And this is a big issue that is been relevant even since this case with Banks and NCAA. Even to today, college football players, college basketball players are wondering when or if they're ever going to get paid. But, myself as a college coach and former college athlete, I see it as you're getting money to go to college, so in a way you are getting paid. This is something we kind of deal with as well, even at the NAIA level. We have to be careful on how we word things and what we pay for our team. So a little bit more on this. NCAA regulations are designed to preserve the honesty and integrity of intercollegiate athletics and foster fair competition among the participating amateur college students. So pretty much also what they were saying was that they're trying to maintain the image that the NCAA has without compromising anything. because also these kids are going to school to earn a degree which will help them after sports. And they're trying to tell these kids sports is only going to take you so far. And that's something that I stress to athletes as well, because it's true. Not everyone's going to go to the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, anything like that. And those who do, they're the chosen few. So it's something that they were trying to get across to Mr. Banks in this case, and they were trying to show him along the lines as well. The appeals court agreed with the district court's findings that the plaintiff, Mr. Banks, has failed to allege an anti-competitive effect on a relevant market. At best, Banks has merely attempted to frame his complaint in the antitrust language. So he really had no case against the NCAA, and that is something that they were trying to also point out to him throughout this whole trial, or throughout this whole appeals process. And last but not least, the court they held that Banks' failure to allege an anti-competitive impact on a discernible market justified the district court's dismissal for failure to state claim on which relief can be granted. The appellant's argument that the district court erred in ruling that the NCAA rules were reasonable on a motion to dismiss without merit, for the basis of the district court's holding was that Banks failed to allege an anti-competitive effect on a market. The judgment of the district court is affirmed. So there it is. The district court, the appeals court actually agreed and affirmed the district court's decision to hold Mr. Banks's case and to not proceed with the case at all because of his failure to prove any anti-competitive effect on him. And in this thing, the NCAA was just trying to again uphold their honesty and their standards that they have for these athletes. And even now, today, I believe that it's more clear cut for these athletes to understand that, hey, basketball, you have to go to school, you have to go to college for at least 1 year, and then you can go to the NBA. Football and baseball, both in college, at the 4-year level for both, you have to go for 3 years. I know in junior college levels for baseball, you can go after 1 year to the MLB. You can get drafted. But in all, I agree with the court's ruling. I believe that Mr. Banks was wrong in trying to appeal this process because obviously he had somebody behind the scenes steering him down the wrong path. But yeah, so that's what I got for you guys. I look forward to doing a few more of these throughout this course and getting to know a lot of you guys. All right.